right, let's talk dating. Now, dating, it can be scary, right? It can be hard, full of anxiety, but it can also be a wonderful experience. And dating my husband, I definitely had some incredible experiences. I remember when we first started dating, of course, I was nervous and I had some butterflies in my tummy, but the one thing that he loved that I would do for him is cook. I mean, food is definitely the language of love. Love is in the air. But before we get started, I just wanted to give a special thanks to Mowry for sponsoring and collaborating with me on this episode. Today, we are making one of our favorite date night dinners, and it's actually one of the first meals that I made for my husband, Corey. My shrimp pasta with cheesy garlic pull-apart bread. It's delicious. As always, my quick fixers, we want to continue to grow this family and we need your help to get to 1 million subscribers. You guys, subscribe, like, and tell all of your family and friends. All right, you guys, so let's get this date started. And let's start with our cheesy garlic pull-apart bread. Now, the thing that I love about this is this acts as, a great appetizer. Not only that, it's shareable, right? And you wanna share your food, on a date. I think it's very romantic. So I have a small piece of bread here because it's just gonna be for Corey and myself. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start cutting my bread first. I like to use a serrated knife whenever I'm cutting bread. It just makes everything easier. Trust me. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this. I don't wanna go all the way through, but I mean, of course, if you do, that is okay, because once we put it in the oven, we're gonna put cheese on top of this and it's gonna adhere to the bread. So don't worry about that. I'm gonna cut this like at 1.5 inches apart from one another. Just like that. And one thing that I like about this recipe, it just makes the house smell really good. And you guys, speaking of cooking, one thing that I love to do while I'm cooking in the kitchen is listen to podcasts. I am very much like a multitasker. I like to do more than one thing at the same time. And listening to podcasts while cooking, it's so much fun. And you guys, I have been listening to this podcast on Wondery called, get ready for it, True Love. Because that is all we want, right? We want the real deal. We want true love. And one thing, you guys, that I love about this podcast is it's created, it's written, and it's performed by all Black talent. And if you know me, representation is really, really important. Plus, it is a collection of steamy love stories that are sexy, fun, and you guys, full of drama. And darling, I love me some drama. The latest season is set in New York in the world of modern dance. There's lust, there's portrayal, and an outcome you did not see coming. You can listen to True Love for free, like wherever you listen to your podcasts. But if you've never listened to a podcast, don't worry. You can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon Music. Click on the link in the description below to listen now. You know what my dad said about these earrings, you guys? So as you can see, I'm wearing my hoops, right? I love hoops, especially on date night. All you girls, you know what I'm talking about. But my dad, he was so funny. When I put these earrings on, he was like, whoa. He got real serious. He was like, whoa, Tia, those earrings are huge. Cree, who's my son, he said, Cree can fit his basketball through there. Anyway, I thought that was so adorable. Back to the date. So we've cut this side. Now I'm just gonna flip it over and start cutting this side. And basically what we are making is these really cute kind of cubes, that you can pull apart, eat, and share. Oh my gosh, my first impressions of Corey, he's very shy. You know what I mean? Corey was just very shy, very soft-spoken, and very gentle. He didn't talk a lot. And actually, to be honest with you, that's what I really love in a guy. I felt like, especially growing up in this business and like being an entertainer, should I say, whenever I would like hang out with guys, they would be, a lot of them would be like over the top, right? Like just trying to be the center of attention. Just like corny. And Corey was so not that. Like Corey, he's so laid back. You know what I mean? Like Corey's like very chill. Corey, I used to always say like, Corey would take a chill pill, you know? He's just really laid back and cool. But also what I loved about him was he's like he's a good boy, right? But then he also has a little edge to him, which I like. And he has tattoos and you know, he's just like real, he's like a really cool, he's a cool guy. As you can see, you see how it has like little cubes? Now, to me, the best way that you add flavor to bread is adding garlic, right? Adding butter and adding, ready? Cheese, glorious cheese. So I've already melted down some butter here, and then I'm just gonna start adding, you know, ingredients to this. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna grate my garlic. And make sure you're careful with this grater, man. You don't wanna grate your finger. I've done that before. And you guys, I know garlic on like your first date is a bold choice, but this is kind of like the rule of thumb, okay? If both of you got, you know, I didn't want you going in there just yet, okay? So I'm just gonna take it right back out, okay? That's fine. It's cool. It's a little slippery, but that's okay. Garlic on, you know, the first date is definitely a bold move. If both of you are eating garlic, I feel like it's not as pungent. Like you don't smell it. But if only one of you are eating garlic, then that's like a no-no. This is a true story. Last night, I went to bed early, you know, because I had to show up for all of my quick fixers. And Corey, he was, you know, he's a night owl. He has a little bit of insomnia, so he doesn't go to sleep early. And right before I went to bed, he was like, T, I'm just warning you, I had some garlic. But I mean, the good news is at least he warned me, right? Okay. There we go. Garlic, butter, and cheese on bread. Ha! It's like harmony. So next, I'm just gonna add some salt to this, right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to cut up some of this parsley. Just gonna add some freshness to the dish, right? Oh my gosh, you guys, this is bringing back so many memories. I will tell you this. So, you know, when I first started dating Corey, I lived with my sister and, you know, we lived in a house together, and Corey, he would come over every weekend. Like every weekend he would stay over the house. And my sister, was so funny, when we first started dating, she used to like get annoyed, you know, because he was always over the house, and she was like, he's eating up all the food. Like that's what she would say. But it wasn't like he was eating up all the food, we were eating up all the food. It was me and Corey, you know? But she would joke about that. Jokingly, you guys. Don't be going after my sister in the comments and all that kind of stuff. Jokingly, she was so annoyed that he was like, you know, at the house all the time, but I would always cook for him. And I still do. Just gonna add my parsley in here. Again, look at how pretty this looks already. It's like nice and green in there. We are gonna prep this bad boy for the oven. So I'm gonna crisscross it like this, just like that. I'm gonna add my piece of bread right here in the middle. So now I'm gonna add this buttery mixture on top of my bread. Oh, you guys, this smells so good. And don't be afraid to just get all in there. One of the advantages that I feel about making this dish for the first date is it actually feels like you're going out to eat, right? I mean, this is a meal that you would eat at a restaurant, right? But you can do it at home, and it's really easy, and it's quick, and it's impressionable. So when your date sees that you've put this together, they're gonna be like floored and blown away. Like, you did this for moi? Corey, I believe he was very shocked that I knew how to cook. Maybe he didn't, maybe he just, I don't know if he wasn't used to, maybe girls not knowing how to throw down in the kitchen. I don't know, no judgment there. But I think also maybe, some people think, I'm a celebrity or entertainer, and they just automatically assume that I don't know how to cook or I don't like being in the kitchen, but that is so not true. So I believe Corey was just very impressed with my cooking and like my skills and all of that. And that was one thing that he really loved about me. He loved that I knew how to cook, and I'm a nurturer at heart, and it's the way that I nurture my family. It's the way that I take care of my family, my kids, my husband, and also the way I take care of myself. I feel like cooking for me is a way that I wind down. So Corey, he cooks breakfast. Like, that's like his thing. Corey loves making breakfast, and he will cook every Sunday. So every Sunday in the morning, the whole family, we're like sitting back, chilling, listening to music. He likes to listen to like old school music that he grew up listening to. And we'll all just like make breakfast together. Alrighty then. You guys know where that's from? Let me know in the comments below. One of my favorite actors, let's just say that. Okay, so I'm just drizzling the rest of this butter mixture on top. And it ain't over yet, you guys. So I have some cheese here, and I'm just going to take a slice at a time and just place it right into these slits, just like that. I mean, come on, you guys. If your date does not love this, send them home. It's not true love. It's not true love. When this brie melts, it'll be nice and creamy, and then we're gonna add some mozzarella on top of this, which will give you that nice cheese bowl. Oh, don't come apart, please. No. Okay, I don't know why I'm tripping, because if this does fall apart, the cheese will bring all of this back together once it melts in the oven. I'm just such a perfectionist, especially when I'm cooking for Corey. I want everything perfect. Now we're gonna move on to our mozzarella, and I'm just gonna start adding it into the crevices here again and just stuff it all in there. This is gonna give you that nice cheese bowl. Okay. Oh my goodness, you are looking like an amazing cheese ball. I'm just going to wrap this loosely. You don't want to wrap it too tight because you don't want your cheese sticking to your foil. I'm gonna throw this in the oven at 350 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. And your date is going to fall in love with you. Okay, onto the oven we go. All right, you guys, now let's get cooking. We're gonna start with what I call my quick fix tomato cream sauce with shrimp. And you guys, like I said, Corey absolutely loves this. So first, we're gonna start with the shrimp. So I've heated up my saute pan, and I am just going to add some butter. It's all melted, it's nice and soft. I'm just gonna add some butter to my pan, right? You hear that nice sizzle. Ooh, I love a good sizzle. I'm gonna add some olive oil, and this is going to help the butter not burn. But you guys, I absolutely love butter in this dish because I want that creaminess, right? That creamy flavor from the butter. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this a little bit of a whirl here to cover the whole pan. And then I'm going to add my shrimp. Okay, so these are peeled and deveined. You guys, make sure you get peeled and deveined shrimp. Just go ahead and move this around. Okay, so I'm gonna cook one side, And then once it gets really nice and pink, I'm just gonna go ahead and flip it over to the other side. I'm gonna add some salt and some pepper to this. Shrimp is like so luxurious, you know, for date night. And I also love that it cooks fast. Add some pepper. Ah, this is smelling good already. I love the smell of butter when it hits the pan. It just kind of like gets me in the mood, you know what I mean? So I knew Corey was the one, should I say, when he asked to kiss me. I thought that that was just so sweet of him. Like I said, he's just very gentle and he's very kind. And I remember we were at this park. We had our own like picnic, you know. There's always food involved. And he had a fro, because my husband, he had really long hair when I met him, and he would wear his hair in like cornrows. See, like I said, he's a really nice guy, but he had a little bit of an edge to him. And he had picked it all out, and he was wearing this Allen Iverson basketball jersey. And I remember I had on this green sweater with these black, kind of like pocket pants. And I had on FUBU sneakers. Let me know in the comments below if you guys remember what FUBU was. We were, you know, on our date, and he asked to kiss me, and I just thought that that was just so sweet, so kind. He wasn't like aggressive, you know, or anything like that, which was awesome. And then also, he loves God, you know, and I knew that that was something that was really important to me. And then we would talk about family. We would talk about having a family and growing a family. So we had a lot in common. All right, so as you can see, this side is already done. I like how it has like a nice golden brown caramelization, should I say, on it. It looks fantastic, adding like a nice texture. While my shrimp finishes up, I'm gonna add my pasta to my water that's already nice and hot, and I've salted it as well. I always love, you know, flavoring my water when it comes to my pasta. You don't want your pasta to be boring and bland. You don't want this date to be boring and bland. Salt that pasta. So I'm just gonna move this around a little bit because I don't want my pasta to stick at all. And I've chosen penne pasta for this instead of spaghetti because, you know, when you're on your first date, you're a little nervous, and, you know, slurping pasta is not always sexy, especially with tomato sauce. You don't want that sauce going all over the place. So penne is a good start. Once you guys start warming up to each other, you know, maybe the 6th date or 10th date, you know, whatever floats your boat, then you can do like the Lady and the Tramp thing. You know what I mean? With some spaghetti. All right, so now I'm just going to transfer my shrimp on over, come on over. And now we're gonna start working on and building this sauce. So I'm just gonna add the rest of my butter here, just like that. Oh, you've warmed up. See, this date is hot already. Oh my gosh, yeah, that was a little corny. Okay, so I'm gonna add my butter, and then I'm gonna add some more olive oil. Like I said, this keeps the butter from burning. And then I'm gonna add some onions. Now, what I've done with my onions is I've grated them so that they're not in these big chunks. Now, this is going to help the onions cook a lot faster. And also when you are, you know, eating your dish, you're not gonna have all of those like chunks of onion, and nobody wants that. I wanna cook my onions down for like maybe a few minutes, and now I'm gonna add some tomato paste. Now, I don't know about you, but I always seem to have like leftover tomato paste. You can actually build an incredible sauce out of your tomato paste, and that's what we're gonna do here. And tomato paste, it just has lots of flavor, and that's why I love cooking with it. So usually you add tomato paste to like pureed tomatoes, right? To add flavor, and it also acts as like a thickening agent, right? But we are just going to make a nice creamy sauce using just the tomato paste. Giving this a little bit of flavor. I'm gonna add some pepper. Now, you guys, this is an incredible tip and trick. I always love adding some pasta water And what the pasta water is going to do is it's going to add flavor to this sauce and also help create a sauce, right? The Italians call this liquid gold. Okay, so now do you see how we actually have a sauce? And it's nice and it's thick, and I'm going to add some heavy cream. Really nice and creamy. Just a little more. There we go. Oh, you guys, this smells so good. There we go. Look at this, you guys. We have an incredible sauce. Have you ever been in the kitchen and wanted some pasta and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have any tomato sauce? Well, guess what, guys? I just showed you how you can make your own sauce that's quick and easy and with something that you definitely already have in your pantry. My pasta is done, al dente, should I say. Now I'm just gonna transfer my pasta over to my sauce, just like that. And I've basically put this on low too because I don't want the sauce to burn. And if you get a little bit of extra water in there, again, that is okay because this is liquid gold. That water is gonna help add flavor to this dish and make that really nice sauce. I'm gonna add some greens, arugula. I love arugula. Arugula has that really nice peppery taste to it, and it's also very good for you guys. Gonna add a few handfuls of the arugula. And again, look at that, it's just adding a nice pop of color and freshness to the dish. Now I'm just gonna toss all of this together. Look at that. Woo! Yeah, baby, yeah, baby. And let's not forget about that shrimp. Remember that shrimp? We're just gonna go ahead and toss all of the shrimp and its juices all in there. And you know what? It smells like my bread is done. Let's go get that out of the oven. Oh, you guys, it smells so incredibly good in this kitchen. I'm telling you, like I said, if your date does not love this meal, it's not true love. Just saying. So let's plate this up. This feels like you are at a fancy restaurant. Ah, yummy, yummy, yummy. Now that, Corey and I, we've been together for a long time, I'm adding some cheese on top. Now that Corey and I have been together for such a long time, I think the one thing that I just really love about him is he's so considerate, Just as a father, he knows that I work really, really hard, so he'll let me sleep in sometimes and take care of Cairo. That's just what's just so wonderful about Corey. Oh, you guys, look at this. Look at how fantastic this looks. And we can't forget about our cheesy garlic pull-apart bread. You just pull apart, just like that. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. And hopefully your date will be in love with you too. All right, you guys, now it is debate time, my favorite time. And the question is, do you like going out for dinner for a date? Or do you like to stay at home and make a romantic meal such as this? My answer is definitely staying at home and making a meal like this. I have kids now. Corey and I, we have 2 kids, Cree and Cairo, and it's just, I don't know, it's amazing. I love being at home and cooking and all of that good stuff. So let me know in the comments below what you guys like to do. Thank you so much to Wandery for sponsoring and collaborating with me on this video. Make sure you give the podcast True Love from Wandery on Amazon Music a listen. Make sure you subscribe, like, and click that notification bell to get notified of future episodes. Bye, guys. All right, I gotta dig in.